Personal mastery number 42. Stop. S-T-O-P. 4 incredible simple letters programmed in all of our head, especially if you drive a vehicle. Stop. If you have no critical thinking skills, you are destined to be played to be a fool by others. You know, I find myself more and more lately having conversation with incredibly learned people in my life. And what I find us all coming to at least one agreement and conclusion is that a lot of people today have no critical thinking skills, whether they were not taught this in K-12 or advanced, K-16, K-18, whether they never were taught this in homeschooling or with their parents or their family or their peers or their employer. God knows we don't get it from the news or social media. It's not going to teach you how to think critically. They're going to give you a bunch of vomit and want you to take it as is. So think of it this way. What are your critical thinking skills? Years ago, I had a client, IBM came to me, and at this time, the country was divided into regions for them, and they had their sales marketing team working with their design engineering team, and so they would make a sell, and they would bring this team in to come up with a solution, and everyone's happy if it all worked out right. But what they found was that the sales team and engineering team were having a hard time making decisions and communicating. And I found in other places, people having a hard time making decisions. There are a group of contract training companies that do training programs, to businesses all over the globe, Fred Pryor seminars, Career Track seminars, national seminars, Skill Path seminars, American Management Association, Center for Creative Leadership, lots of them out there. And several of them have a program that's called Dealing with Conflict and Confrontation in the Workplace. A curriculum that I designed for 2 of those 5 companies I just mentioned decades ago. And part of the decision matrix that was presented to help a participant to understand how to deal with difficult situations, difficult people, confrontations is a model called STOP. So let me walk you through this. If you have a way of taking some notes, take some notes real quickly. And if not, put this in your brain bank. But just like a stop sign tells you when you're driving a car down the road, it tells you the S. The S stands for stop and see. The S is telling you to stop and see the situation around you, see the stimulants around you, what makes sense. Because if you don't come to a stop, you could get a ticket or get into a wreck. So you come to a stop. Once your brain's done that analytic of the S, stop and see the situation or the stimulant, then your brain goes to the T. The T is target and think through, why is that the situation? Why should I slow down or stop or et cetera, or let the other guy go first in this intersection? Then once you've done all of that analytic of S and T, then your brain wants to move forward, so it goes to the O. O is organize options. How am I going to proceed? So once you see several ways of how to proceed, and your brain says, okay, this one makes the most sense, letter P says pick, proceed, and put that into motion. So S stands for stop and see your situation. T, target and think through why that's a situation. O, organize options of how to address it and deal with it. P, pick the one that's most viable, put it into motion. So if you want to start thinking critically, start asking those 4 questions of whatever's coming at you. So if someone is saying you're wrong, then slow down and have them make the case for S. Just a second, stop and help me to understand exactly what it is you're talking about. Then when you have clarity of that, whether it makes sense or they've just indicted their ignorance, you take them to letter T. So why is that the issue? Why did that happen that way? Why should I care about your view? Why should we do what you're just suggesting? Now when that body of data has been given, you can go, oh, so how do we address this then? That's your O, organize options. And some people, they only want to go one direction. See, the secret of O is plural. Organize options. See, the S at the end of that options means more than one. You get one idea on the table, say, well, if that idea won't get us to the finish line, what's our backup plan? Very quickly, you'll recognize whether or not people have hidden agendas. Critically thinking deals with all 4 steps, and different people will shine at different steps. And if you want to shine on all 4, start thinking critically. Run the STOP model on every decision you make or those you're going to participate in to make sure that what you put into motion is the best decision and not just your favorite.